Today on Dog Turds into Diamonds, it is a day of historical firsts for the club. First of all, we are going to be taking on Premier League Southampton in the second round of the Carabao Cup, the first time in our history that we face Premier League opposition, and then we will be returning for our first ever game in our new stadium, the Dale Roberts Arena. So let's get into this and let's see what happens. Yes, welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds, here with AFC Rushden Diamonds, and we are having a pretty good season so far. We've played 4 games in the league, we've won 3 of them, and as we said, we are into the second round of the Carabao Cup to take on Premier League Southampton. We are playing at home at Northampton's Sixfields Stadium. Our new stadium is still not ready, so we are still at Sixfields, but it is going to be an almost 7,000 crowd expected, round about kind of 800-900 below capacity of the stadium, but it's going to be a very, very good crowd. And well, if we look there, you can see we've got a few players that have scored a couple of goals. Callum Simpson, our new defender, the 18-year-old, bought in from Manchester City after they released him. He has had an absolutely awesome start to the season, improving in his training as well. He has just been phenomenal. But I have noticed with our centre-backs, I don't know if it's because we play narrow, but our centre-backs get really tired really quickly. So he hasn't been able to play every game. That's been a little bit worrying. We've also got Lee Watkins and surprisingly James Sheringham with the most yellow cards. James Sheringham, he hasn't even been a starter this year, and he's already got the worst discipline in the team. Let's have a quick look. Oh, before I go on, we should look here. Southampton have Xavi as their manager. So we're taking on Xavi. What has his history been like in this version of the game? Where has he been? All right, so yeah, he's just been managing a. No, hang on, that's his playing career. Where do I see his manager stats? There you go. I should have done this before, shouldn't I? Milestones. All right, okay. So he was manager of Norwich. Yeah, he was also manager of Barcelona and manager of Al Sadd at the start of the game. That would have been, and obviously he repeated his spell as Barcelona manager here before then going to be manager of Norwich and now manager of Southampton. So yeah, he is their manager. They are 15th in the Premier League. So kind of true to Southampton form. They're not having a great season. He's playing a 4-4-2 as well, which seems to be very un-Xavi-like. Now, if we look at their team, they, as you would expect being a Premier League side, have some very exciting players. Tyler Cracknell looks pretty good. Probably something like a pressing forward, or maybe more a number 10, a false 9, something like that. But from what we can see there, he looks fantastic. He's joined them from Swansea. Flannery looks superb. Sean Flannery looks like he could be a world-class winger at the very least. Apparently they're going to play him as a striker. And he left Chelsea. You can see he had a few loans. He might have even would have been with Xavi there at Norwich when he was on loan, and he's now joined Southampton on a permanent deal. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really tough for us. There you go. Jaime Seon looks a superb, maybe a playmaker, advanced playmaker. Loidis, Enzo Loidis, again a decent little midfield playmaker. They are going to have some very, very good players. This is not going to be easy for us. Marcus Edwards, look, he looks superb, doesn't he? I know in real life he's kind of quite highly rated. Yeah, so he's left Tottenham, gone to Portugal, started the game in Portugal, and then went to Rangers and now at Southampton in the Premier League. And yeah, he looks a cracking little player. I seem to remember when Marcus Edwards got his debut for Tottenham. I believe he played Carabao Cup or something. Yeah, he never played in the Premier League. Yeah, I seem to remember him getting a debut in the Carabao Cup, and he looked absolutely superb. No idea why he was let go, but yeah, in game here, he looks like he could be a pretty decent player. So Southampton are going to be really, really tough. They have got some very, very good players and obviously a decent manager. Let's have a look at how our results have been going. After a superb pre-season, we have started the season pretty well. Obviously beat Fleetwood on the last episode when we did our season preview. We then went away to Wickham, of course, in the Carabao Cup, and we got a 2-1 win. You can see from the stats, they were the better team, really, in terms of how many chances they created. But we did have a better XG by the end of the game, and we did have better possession. Let's have a look at these goals, because McFadden got both of our goals, his first goals for AFC Rushden Diamonds. We're still waiting for him to score some goals in League Two, but it was a brilliant comeback, and yeah, let's take a look at it. I thought the writing was on the wall when Brett gave them the lead right at the end of the first half. They had been the better side, but in the second half, I mean, we defended brilliantly. And how's that for a Joe Evans pass? And what a strike from Mark McFadden to get off the mark for AFC Rushden Diamonds. In the second half, Agyapong then puts him in, rounds the goalkeeper, and we have won in the first round of the Carabao Cup into the second round. And it was those Mark McFadden goals that have earned us the right to face Premier League Southampton today. We then took on Sutton at home, and this was an interesting one. They played 4-4-2 against us. They were the better team, I have to say. You can see there we only had 4 shots on target the entire game, and 2 of them were in the 85th and 88th minute. Mark McFadden missed an absolute sitter at the death as well, which would have made it 4-1. Yeah, we were kind of lucky to get out of this with the 3 points, I feel like. But not going to complain. We did make a couple of changes. Duffus came in on the left wing to rest Evans. Sheringham came in midfield to rest Malicio. Hordegaard came in to rest Simpson. Sharif came in at right back, Armitage at left back. So it wasn't a full strength team, but we got the job done. Another 3 points, which was really nice. It really kind of cemented our strong start to the season. And then against Barnet, we made it another 3 points, completely dominated. We went full strength here. Another decent performance, a 2.06 XG, which we didn't achieve, but it was a very, very confident, very comfortable performance indeed. Really, really pleasing, although I would have liked some more goals. I played Glenn Sani up front in this one. We did need to rest Mark McFadden. He did not come on in this game. I wanted to rest him. Sani, he's made 3. Actually, let's go back and just have a quick little bit of appreciation for Sani. We lost to Shrewsbury in our last game, but again, it was a much changed side with this game coming up against Southampton. But Glenn Sani got our consolation goal in the 80th minute. He has played, you can see, just 2 games this season, and he's got a goal and an assist. So he might be, as I said in the season preview, he might be putting himself forward as the starting striker. He's really the only player who's really taken his opportunity each time he's played. The game he started in the league, he did get an assist and played very well. and then coming off the bench here against Shrewsbury, got the consolation goal. You can see we were soundly beaten. I was hoping when Glenn Sani got that goal back that we might be able to get something out of the game, but it didn't happen. You can see Dowling came in at right back, Armitage at left back again. Sheringham was really poor in defensive midfield. Evans was really poor on the right wing, and McFadden was pretty quiet up front. It was disappointing, and it kind of showed. Again, Shrewsbury played that 5-2-1-2 formation, which did seem to stifle us. We did try and make the most playing down the wings. We played with a lot of width. We played with overlaps. We just couldn't seem to get anything going. Yeah, a disappointing performance. So it showed that although we've had a good start to the season, we probably shouldn't think that we're maybe promotion challengers just yet. We're going to have to see how things go. But yeah, it was kind of a little dose of reality for us after a really strong start. In terms of signings, we are waiting on Anthony Glennon and Ricky Pilbro, who we have offered contracts to. Anthony Glennon is a 29-year-old left back, looks really, really good mentally and physically, but he has been offered another contract by Cardiff of League One. So I'm expecting him to accept that Cardiff offer. And we offered Ricky Pilbro, an English midfielder who was at Middlesbrough. He's played games in the Championship, had a loan spell at Accrington Stanley in League Two. He's been on trial with us, and he looks a fantastic playmaker, doesn't he? He looks maybe even a box-to-box midfielder. He's got decent stamina to get up and down the pitch. He can tackle, he can mark, he can pass. He looks a really, really well-rounded player. Decent free kick taking as well, which we need. But he has been offered a contract as well by League One Bolton. So he would be our highest paid player if he comes in. I think we've offered him $1,200 a week. I hope he doesn't accept the Boston contract, but I think he probably will. So we're still looking for those next level players that can make a real difference for us. So there you go. There's a quick catch up on everything that's been going on since you were last here. Let's get into this game against Southampton. Let's see if we can upset the Premier League team. It would obviously be absolutely fantastic to get to the third round, but I think that would be probably a little bit optimistic. Here's the team. You can see with all the games that we've had, Lee Watkins and Schofield are both pretty tired, but I am going to start them. They are first choice players. I want my strongest team out. It's Wickens in goal. Igor Luis comes back in at right back. Sarula comes back in at left back. Simpson comes back in at centre back. Melisio comes back into the midfield. Agyapong and Schofield are there with him. Joe Evans in on the right wing. Ethan Varian in on the left wing. And I'm going to stick with McFadden up front for his pace and his finishing. But Glenn Sani is now really putting himself forward as being that starting striker. Martinez on the bench, Sheringham, Sharif, Mikhail, Duffus, Price and Glenn Sani. Not making the squad today. We have left out Armitage, who is really tired, Dowling, Hordegaard, who is also really tired. But apart from that, we are full strength. So let's submit that team. How do I face off against Southampton's 4-4-2? We generally struggle to break down a 4-4-2. We play pretty narrow, and 4-4-2 seems to be very good against that. Yeah, I've got to think about how I face this. So let's have a look. Yeah, I am going to never press Arthur Theati. Yeah, he's their centre-back. All right, I'm not going to press him. I'm going to respect that we have Premier League opposition in front of us. We are going to be hard pushed to get anything out of this. I'm going to play a balanced mentality today. I'm going to start off not overlapping. I'm going to really respect things. And yeah, we're gonna have to really see what we can do. I'm gonna play into the fullbacks as they're playing a 4-4-2. Gonna kind of let them come and press us, and I think in that I'm gonna play a little bit more direct. So I'm gonna let them press us. I'm gonna let them press us when we play into our fullbacks, and then maybe be looking for that ball over the top that just gets the ball over the press. So I'm going to presume that they're going to press. So let's get Watkins and Simpson marking their strikers as well. Obviously, the amount of quality that they have got, we are going to have to really try and look after their strikers today. Let's hope Simpson can carry on his superb form that he started his AFC Rushden Diamonds career on. And let's just, what do we tell the players here? There's no pressure on us. Shall I go my assistant? I will do. Let's be realistic against the Premier League opposition. The players look pretty motivated for it, which is great. And as we are televised here, we've got a little pre-game interview. So what? Okay, do you hope your team can produce today? Well, obviously I do. I don't see why we're not capable of turning up and playing well. First goal is crucial. Yeah, go on. You've left Henrik Hordegaard out. Yeah, he just need a little bit of a rest. There you go. Pretty boring interview that, but there you go. Nice to get a televised game. Apparently we're going to make about £60,000 for having a televised game, as well as having a full house here at Sixfields Stadium. So there you go. I just saw Southampton had Ndombele there in midfield, didn't they? I didn't see that. Yeah, and Ndombele in midfield, they are obviously going to be really strong. And they have gone ahead straight away. I didn't select to play getting stuck in today. Maybe I should have done that. A near post flick on and Cancelleri at the back post. Absolutely, completely unmarked. Can we get back into it now? Can we make home advantage count? Schofield, what a pass for Varian that is. Schofield playmaking there. Absolutely sensational. Can we get in here? Agyapong. And it's 1-1 after 5 minutes. What a strike from the captain. 5 minutes in and we have pegged them back. And you can see there, Agyapong found himself in all sorts of space. That three-man midfield, the man advantage we've got there, really counting to get Agyapong open. And what a strike from range. It's 1-1 at Sixfields. The Premier League team surprised. I'm going to praise the players. Do they want praising at the moment? Yeah, one or two have reacted well. McFadden, not so much. And here we are trying to play through the midfield again. I think that could really work for us today. We've got that extra man there with Malicio who can find a pass. Agyapong finds Evans and it's a great save. Evans was offside. It wouldn't have counted. But another decent move. Another chance to make good through midfield. Do I play through the middle? Do you know what? As we start a highlight there, I'm going to play through the middle and just see if we can take advantage of that numerical superiority in midfield. Let's see if anything comes of it. But right now it's Southampton that have the chance to attack. We are defending narrowly, which hopefully can help. But here they're in with Flannery, and Wickens somehow ends up with the ball. Southampton have kind of taken charge. I'm going to go positive for the rest of this half. I'm going to see if that is maybe throwing caution to the wind. I mean, you would expect Southampton to have more possession. You would expect them to have more shots. And they are ending the first half with a highlight. And can we contain them here? Can we contain them and maybe get a breakaway? We can't. Flannery is in, and it's a great late challenge from Simpson. McFadden picks it up on the halfway line, but he does lose it. Does the highlight continue? It doesn't. Well, I mean, we've battled a good performance. We've limited them to just 2 shots on target. Let's have a look. You've done well so far. What's our assistant recommending here? You're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. Go on, let's go along with that. Yeah, the players love that. Well done to our assistant. Do you know what? I'm just going to start getting stuck in on defence, and I'm going to lower our line of engagement a little bit. I'm going to try and compact the field a little bit more, rough them up a little bit more, and see if that can just help us win a few more balls and get a few more counters maybe. We've had a couple of shots already there, or have we? I'm actually not that sure now. They get the first highlight though. Free kick, headed away well by Watkins, but Small will put it back into our half of the field. And Pagano gets in. It's another great save. And they have the ball again, but now we do pick it up in midfield. Can we make something count here? McFadden finding Cerula. McFadden's been quiet again. I think it's time for a change there up front. Varian back to Cerula. We've still got possession here. We're still making them work for it. Schofield. Where can we go with this? Really struggling to find anything. McFadden is in, and McFadden has missed an absolute sitter. What a chance that was. I think we need to make changes now. I'm gonna take off Samuel Agyapong, and I think I'm gonna bring in Lamine Sharif here as the box-to-box midfielder. And up front, I'm going to change out McFadden. I mean, no one has played well up front. I'm going to change out McFadden for Glenn Sanney. See if with his pace and ability, he can cause some problems. We've got half an hour left here. Do we go to extra time, or would it be straight to penalties? I've got James Price on the bench, who is easily our best penalty taker. Let's demand more from the players here. We're on the break again, and it's Sharif. Loses it, and we give Southampton another chance to attack. What a great ball that is, and Cracknell has put them in front. There's no flag. And we now really need to do something here. I don't even want to look at the we've got an instant highlight from the kickoff. I don't want to put Martinez on yet. And what are Southampton going to do here? They're in again. It's Cracknell again, and he's missed a good chance. Right, now let's make a change here. We're going to go attacking, and I'm going to make some one more substitution I have. I'm going to take off Schofield. I'm going to bring on James Price, and we are going to make James Price a poacher here. Let's make him the poacher on that side. We are going to go more direct. We're going to shoot on sight and hit early crosses. We're going to focus the play down the left. And we're going to hit those overlaps as well. And I'm going to go with a lot of width, trying to undo their 4-4-2. Let's be more expressive. In transition, we're going to go into the target man. Whoever that might be. We're not playing with the target man, but whoever the game considers that to be. And I guess we've just got a full-out press now. Really throw caution to the wind. And just see if we can get a chance before full time. But we have given the Premier League team a decent run for their money, haven't we? I think we can be proud of the performance without question. Is there anything in the end of this game now? Let's demand more. We demanded more before, so that's carried over from the last highlight. And they might have a chance to get in here, as we are now really throwing caution to the wind. Flannery on the break. Vitaly is free, and Louise has given away a penalty. Oh dear. It was nice while it lasted. It was a decent effort from the boys. And Wickens almost saves it. He guessed right. Maybe just had a bit too much power on it. He probably should have done better with that, shouldn't he? But in the end, the Premier League team have shown their class. You can't say they didn't deserve it, but we did make them work for it. It was all square until the 74th minute. I don't want to concede a fourth here. Might have been a penalty shout there. It comes out to Green, and Price is in. And James Price almost scores a wonderful goal. Is there a late chance here? Can we make it 3-2 to finish? Malicio will have a go from range. Another good save from Green. We haven't embarrassed ourselves at all. Really positive performance. But it is going to end 3-1 here. A decent performance from the boys. I'm not disappointed. We knew we were really up against it. You did yourselves proud today. Yeah, let's be pleased with what the boys have done. So I am gonna go away now. I'm gonna move forward to whichever home game marks our first appearance in the new stadium, in the Dale Roberts Arena. I don't know if that will be the next game against Walsall. All I know is that it is scheduled for September. So let's send our assistant to do the interviews at the end of the game. I just know our first home game, or our first game in the new stadium, is going to be in September. Walsall is the 1st of September. I don't know if the stadium is ready. So yeah, I will see you guys back for whenever that first game is. See you very, very shortly. Quick update for you to finish today's episode. I have decided we are going to make our opening game at Dale Roberts Park. I've been calling it the Dale Roberts Arena. Dale Roberts Park against Accrington Stanley. We're going to do it in a separate episode. I feel like it deserves its own episode, its own build-up. And there's also the recent results in between the Southampton game and this one to tell you all about. And also a new sign-in. So that will be in the next episode. First game at our new stadium, Dale Roberts Park. We will see you very, very soon on the next episode of Dog Turds into Diamonds.